Good afternoon and welcome to a sunny Shay Stadium for today's crucial Betfred Championship round 9 clash against the Halifax Panthers of the Doncaster Rugby League Club. Today, Sunday the 26th of May 2024. Hopefully it's not another bloody Sunday for Halifax, looking to end a run of dismal defeats with an all-important win today against the Dons, who feature a few ex-Halifax players. Let's go through the team, starting with the Panthers, who ring the changes. 23, Gareth Widdop starts at fullback for the missing James Woodburn, all out with a head injury assessment. James Saltonstall wears 5, Zach McComb wears 3, and then Ned McCormack on dual reg from Leeds, and French international Matthew Pons, who scored a hat-trick for the French against Kenya in the winter, hopefully bringing that try-scoring form to the Panthers. Halfback 6 and 7, Lou Jouffre and captain Joe Keys. Then front row, Adam Tangata wearing 8, Corey Johnson wearing 34, and Jacob Fairbank wearing 13. Another Leeds dual reg, Leon Ruan wears 35. Matty G second row with him, and Connor Davis back from injury wears 19, locks up the scrum. Now on the bench for Fax, number 22, Ben Hersey. An ex-Doncaster player, Brandon Douglas, wears 18. 31, Kevin Leroy, and 15, Ryan Lannon, with Ollie Davis as 18th man. For the Dons, 19, Craig Hall, 5, Luke Briscoe, and 30, Beretta Faraimo on the wings, with Brad A, 3, and 23, Jason Talley at centres. As Craig Hall gets us underway, long deep kickoff collected by Jouffre, and on to Fairbank, who'll take the Doncaster tackle. Half-back to Doncaster, welcome back to Ben Johnston wearing 6 and Watson Boas wearing 24. As Aaron Tangata, his first use of the football. Brad Knowles, another ex-Fax player, wears 20 for the Dons as a loose pass goes to Keys. Spraying out earlier as McComb makes some good yards. Joe Loverdue with 15 and Sui Matangi complete the front row for the Dons as Matty G makes his way upfield, takes 3, Dons men to take him down. Back row, another ex-Halifax man, Alex Sutcliffe wearing 12, Paulie 16, Louis McConnell 13. As Halifax is 13, Jacob Fairbank makes some yards upfield. Last tackle here for the Panthers. It goes to Keys, juggles it but manages to get a high kick underway. Collected easy enough by Hall, lands on to Briscoe, who gets put down by 3 Halifax defenders. The shape of Johnson, Fairbank and Tangata. Johnson at dummy half. And on to Faraimo will take his tackle of Fairbank, Tangata, and G. On the bench for the Dons, 14 Alex Oldstock, 17 Josh Guzdeck, 18 Jose Kenga, and 21 Tyler Heppy. That's some really stiff Halifax defence there by Conley Davis, back from injury. Here's Paulie. Well dealt with by Ruan, Davies and Jouffre on halfway. Quick play of the ball though, and Watson Boas rushes out. Steals 10 or 12 metres for the Dons. Last tackle is signified by the referee Andrew Sweet. As Hall puts boot to ball high. First test here for Pons. Collects it well enough. And it's the first penalty of the game. Goes to Fax for offside from the kick. Encouraging start for Matthew Pons there. Hell of a lot of attention on him this week on social media. Hopefully it's not overawed him. And Halifax will get back underway as McCormack gets brought down just shy of halfway by Hay. Here's Connor Davies. Bumps off the tackle, still makes yards as Connor Davies. Standout performer in this poor season so far, Davies. Here's Fairbank. Love a short ball to Tangata, but great tackle by Sutcliffe. Had to be, but it's a quick play of the ball. Johnson rushes out from dummy half. Great run from Johnson. Is he going to go all the way? No, he's just brought down. He's still going. Quick play of the ball. Fairbank finds Keys. Halifax got men over Keys dummies. It's going to go over Joe Keys. Brilliant play from Halifax. And the captain, Joe Keys, showing the way just after the 3-minute mark. And Halifax are off and running. Brilliant play from the Panthers. All started off from what we saw last week. Fairbank, lovely soft dance to Tangata, who raced through the gap. Brilliant tackle from Sutcliffe. But Tangata got the quick play of the ball, and Corey Johnson jumped out from dummy half, made another 20 metres for Fax. Quick play of the ball again. They shifted it left. Then at least a 2-man overlap, but Joe Keys knew better. Threw the dummy. Went against the grain and went over the line. For the first try of the afternoon. Now Louis Jouffre didn't practice his goal kicking pre-match. It was all Gareth Widdop, which led me to think that Widdop would be kicking goals, but must have been a bit of French resistance. He's keeping the goal kicking task, even though Widdop was 3 from 3 last week. Hopefully Jouffre can carry on his good run with the boot, which he does. And a quick fire start from Halifax, something we haven't seen for a long time. As the song says, this is how we do it. It is how we do it. It's not how we've been doing it, but it is how we're doing it today. And Halifax are 6-0 up. Hall, more of a drill kick this time, collected by Widdop, and here's Tangata off the back fence. Breaks through the tackle, and Tangata, what a run. Can he get a quick play of the ball? He can. Here's Ruan. He'll take it to that left channel, but put down comfortably enough by Paulie. It's a knock on as well. And isn't that just sums up our season so far? Every time we get a good moment in the game, come up with an error. It's not just Halifax players that are doing it, it's dual Reg Leeds players as well, as Ruan comes up with the error. And the Dons have a great opportunity to strike back from this scrum. 30 metres out centre field, Hall breaks right late, but the Dons carry on this left-hand side. As Boas takes his tackle. Here's Sutcliffe against a couple of his former teammates. Here's Brad Knowles. He'll be wanting a big game today, Brad Knowles. Boas goes from dummy half, looking to power his way over. But great last-ditch defence there from Halifax men there. Johnson and Davies involved. Loose pass, Johnson just about deals with it, but he goes forward. Brilliant pressure there from Jouffre. And the South Stand rises. Yeah. And for the first time in a long time, the South Stand sing this early in the game. And the error compounded the fact that it went dead. So it's a 7-tackle set for Halifax. Saltonstall, now McComb take Halifax past halfway. Not seen urgency with ball in hand this early in the game for a long time. As Pons takes his tackle just outside the 40. Lovely little shimmy from dummy half and Johnston. As Ruan holds onto the ball this time. Inside the 30, here's Jouffre. Runs crossfield looking for options, finds Fairbank. Fairbank goes between two Dons defenders. Holds onto the ball though. Johnson finds Keys. Finds Jouffre out the back to Widdop. Widdop finds McComb. McComb steps back on the inside. Named as Championship loose forward of the month, but finds himself back in the centre. Zach McComb. On the last for Halifax, Keys. Measured kick crossfield. Looking for Pons. Collected well enough by Briscoe, but it's a decent set there for Halifax in terms of territory. They'll be looking to keep Doncaster trapped in their own territory, and with defence there from McCormack, they may well do. Boas Hands it on to Matangi. Matangi will take the tackle of Keys. Big run there from Lovadua. Knowles finds Johnston. Short ball. And Sutcliffe takes a tackle. Hall kicks on the 40, but it's as good as a pass to Gareth Widdop, who'll look to counter-attack, looking for a gap in the Don's defence, but it's a good tackle there by Matangi. Here's Pons, takes on Knowles, but does well enough. Gets brought down on the 30 centre field. Here's Saltonstall, great yards there from Saltonstall, takes Halifax to within 5 of halfway. Quick play the ball, and Johnson again jumps out from dummy half. Really encouraging play from the hooker there, Dufresne. Finds Keys, press onto G. Nice little flow to Dufresne onto Davis. Halifax got the overlap if they want it. McCormack onto Pons, and Pons is over in the corner. Oh, he's just stepped in touch. Nearly a dream debut for the French international there. But it's pleasing, this crowd here. The urgency and the belief the attack has so far today. Something we just haven't seen here for a while. But it's defence, it's been Halifax's Achilles heel, and they'll want to maintain a good start in the defence, keeping the Doncaster men in their own danger area. As Sutcliffe takes his tackle, Lovadoo hands on to Briscoe, and Briscoe takes 4 Halifax men to stop his progress. 25 metres out from his own line, fighting for a quick play of the ball. Great tackle down low there by Connor Davies. Matangi finds Johnston onto Paulie, being used as a wide runner, but dealt with well enough there by Dufresne, McCormack, and Pons. Getting through plenty of work is Matthew Pons. Johnston, short ball to McConnell, being stopped by 3 Fax men, the shape of G, Connor Davies and Corey Johnson. Last tackle here for Doncaster. He goes to Hall puts it high, not necessarily too deep. Sure, that's a knock on from Briscoe, but the referees ruled it back as Hall kicks it cross field once again. Back to back. And Doncaster had gone too far. Surely they're going to touch there. Still play on. As Doncaster going coast to coast here. Bats back again. And will Pons get his hand on it? He won't. He goes back yet again. This time it goes to Paulie, and Paulie this time. Bust boots the ball. It's a decent kick across field, and that's definitely a knock on this time, surely. Danger signals there, but Halifax defence dealt with it well enough. Not seen a last tackle play like that for a long time. Left to right, then back left again. Saltonstall feels the brute force of Joe Lovadua there. Dufresne, short ball to McCormack. McCormack weighs up the Doncaster defence as takes his tackle at his own 20 metre line. Johnson uses the blind side, finds Ruan. Put down well by Briscoe. Here's Dufresne, and the Dons are caught offside again. And Halifax are given a great opportunity to get out their own half, and Joe Keys wastes no time in making 25 metres for his side. Another attacking opportunity here for Fax as McCormack takes it from the tap penalty. He gets brought down by McConnell, 20 metres out from the line. Here's Davies, runs across the line, thought about the pass but thought better of it. He's put down by Matangi and Knowles and Sutcliffe. Johnson finds Keys. Keys takes the line, throws them again. Joe Keys glides to the defence again. How good is it to see Joe Keys free running with ball in hand. And after 14 minutes, Halifax scored 2 scores ahead, 10 points to 0. And it's a real captain's knock here from Joe Keys. And Halifax really are making hay while the sun shines here at the Shay Stadium. Brilliant rugby league. As Louis Jouffre with a simple task of putting the ball through the post from bang in front, and Halifax at 12-0 up after a quarter of an hour. After a quite brilliant start to this game. Maybe they've been told the result of the Batley Bradford game earlier on. I know how important this game is in terms of the league table. But how good is it to see Joe Keys playing with confidence we just haven't seen really since his injury last season. As Hall gets us back underway, really deep this time, but collected by Jouffre in his own in goal. And on to Pons this time, and Pons dumped. And tackle there by Sutcliffe. Here's Saltonstall. Takes on Loverdua and Boas. Slow play the ball. Here's Matty G, and Matty G will get put down on his own 25 by Matangi. Here's Fairbank. Halifax looks to shift it left. Jouffre, he throws dummy this time. Both halfbacks dummying, breaking, but Briscoe holds on. Johnson finds Fairbank, holds on this time. He'll take Halifax past halfway. On the last, he goes to Jouffre, and Jouffre, no real pressure on him. Puts the ball really high and deep. Collected by Briscoe, but McCormack straight away there to put him down. Great setting to the territory there for Fax as Craig Hall looks to wrestle back some territory for the Dons. Here's for Raimo, great tackle down low by Jacob Fairbank. But it's quick play the ball, no markers, and Boas steals a few metres there for Doncaster, but a great tackle again by Connor Davies. Here's Brad Knowles, thought about the pass, but will just take it up the middle. Tackle completed there by Tangatara and Fairbank. Last tackle here for Doncaster as Hall puts it really long and deep, and it bounces on its spot, and Widdop attacking from deep, but great tackle there by Matangi. Jouffre finds Pons, and Pons getting through plenty of work, this 22-year-old Frenchman. Work rate we haven't seen on that left wing for a while. As Connor Davies. Sorry, Zach McComb takes the ball up. Ruan on the angle from Jouffre. Brilliant shot there from Paulie. Nothing wrong with that. Here's Connor Davies. Oh, another great tackle there. This time from Brad Knowles, sorry. Last tackle here for Halifax. Goes back to Keys, and Keys measured kick towards a corner. Brilliant kick there from Joe Keys. An even better chase on a line. Brilliant game management here from Halifax. No need to force it at 12-0 up. As Matangi meets Johnson, who's had a brilliant first half so far. Here's Briscoe. Tries to bump off Fairbank, but Fairbank calls on. Loverdo waits a dummy half, uses the blind side, he goes to Sutcliffe, and Sutcliffe makes Keys and McComb pass the test with G down low. Slowing the play the ball down too. Loverdo waits, hands on to Matangi tries to go past Fairbank, but Tangata gets reinforcements. Last tackle here for Doncaster, and Boas puts it high again, not too deep, and Widdop collects on the full. He gets put down by Boas, chased his own kick. Here's Saltonstall. Good yards there by Salty. Still going after contact, James Saltonstall. Brilliant yards. He's made 10 metres after contact there, Saltonstall, and more. Johnson jumps out and dummy half, hands on to Pons, and Pons takes tackle on halfway as Ryan Lannon comes on for Connor Davies. Straight into the action, Ryan Lannon. And again, good yards after contact. Johnson hands it on to Dufresne. Lovely ball at the back to Widdop. Widdop's away. Widdop away. Grubbers through. Looking for the chase. He's still going. And Johnson's going to put the ball down, but the referee is going to rule that he's offside, is he? Or has he given a knock on? It's not clear what he's given yet. It's not an Halifax try, but yeah, I think he's ruled there was a knock on there, but I must say, Gareth Widdop at fullback is giving an extra dimension to this Halifax attack. Letting Dufresne and Keys do what they do best at halfback. And Doncaster are just clinging on, you feel, at the moment. As Tarley takes the ball on for Doncaster. Loverdo hands on to Sutcliffe, and Sutcliffe met well by a welcome committee with 3 Halifax defenders in the shape of Tangata, Johnson and Lannon. Here's Briscoe. Well stopped there by Pons, Dufresne and Fairbank. Here's Matangi. Finds Boas. Onto Hall. Onto Tarley. Tries to bump off Keys, but Keys does well. Puts him down just over halfway. Hall finds it to Boas. Hands on to Brad Eppie. Literally ran straight onto the field and straight into Jacob Fairbank's shoulder. Last tackle here for the Dons as Hall puts it deep this time. Widdop collects on the full. Hands on to Pons, and Pons looking to break from out wide, but Briscoe experienced enough to make the tackle. Dufresne dummy half, hands on to McCormack, and McCormack does well. Makes some really good yards there. Ned McCormack can quick play the ball too. Johnson hands it on to Saltonstall. And Saltonstall, great yards there, he'll find the 40. Here's Lannon. Weighs up the Don's defence. Great shot there from Matangi. He gets put down just shy of halfway. Johnson finds Tangata, and Tangata. Great tackle down low by Sutcliffe. Last tackle here for Fax. Use the blind side. Keys puts it high. Back towards centre field, but Hall's there. Collects 5 metres out from his own line, but it's a great chase yet again from the Halifax defenders. Great offload though. And Briscoe has a bit of broken field ahead of him, but good tackle there by Tangata. Helped out yet again by Johnson. Here's Briscoe again. With Craig Hall down in backfield for Doncaster. That's a big loss if he comes off. Boas hands on to Heppy. Heppy. Great shot there by Gian Fairbank, who put him down just shy of halfway. Hall recovers to take his place in the attacking line, and this time it's Halifax conceding the penalty for offside. 23 minutes into the game and Halifax concede the first penalty. That must be a record for 2024. Hall will kick Doncaster into the 20 metre area. And quick tap there as Tarley goes towards the line. Great last ditch tap away by G. Johnston, hands on to Hall. Brad A looking to go on the outside of McCormack, but it's a knock on there, surely. And it's another error from the Dons. And it's a great defensive effort there. No wonder the Halifax fans are singing in that south stand. Brilliant defensive players. James Saltonstall gets a replacement shirt. Yet again, shirt's ripping.
10 seconds, Andy.
As Brandon Douglas wants to come onto the pitch against his former club alongside Kevin Leroyer. The Halifax with a scrum on their own 10. Zach McComb, good footwork there. He'll get brought down, and it's Tangata and Fairbank who'll make way for the two substitutes. Meanwhile, Matty G steps back on the inside. He gets brought down on his own 30. Johnson finds Douglas. Good wrestle there, but put down by the Doncaster defence, the Sheriff McConnell. Here's Lannon, finds Dufresne, out the back to Widdop. Widdop throws a dummy, sets back on the inside. Back to Lannon, and Lannon will just settle Halifax down. They'll take his tackle just shy of the Doncaster 40. Johnson, short ball to Leroyer. Good yards from Leroyer. On the last for Halifax to use the blind side. Here's Joe Keys. And Keys puts it high, looking for the chase of Saltonstall. Saltonstall bats the ball back. And Brad A dives on it. Sutcliffe Hayes dives on it. As Matangi looks to try and get Doncaster out their own danger area here. But good tackle there from Leroyer. Here's Boas. Named in the half fast, but he's a strong runner as Watson Boas. As Briscoe takes his tackle, thought about the offload, but he'll just take his tackle where he stands. As the Dons use the blind side, Johnston sets back on the inside. They're calling for offside, the Doncaster players, but the referee, Andrew Sweet, not giving it. It's the last tackle here for Doncaster, and again Hall pulls it high. Collected on the full by Widdop and Pons. Bit of broken field ahead of him, lovely little step there. But dealt with well enough there by the Doncaster defence. Here's Saltonstall. Good tackle down low by Sutcliffe, finished up top by Boas. Johnson, hands on to McComb. Halifax making yards fairly easy at the moment. Slow play the ball. Johnson finds Dufresne. On to McCormack. McCormack, footwork at the line. A good tackle there by Hay. Dufresne dummy half. Hands on to Johnson. Finds Lannon. On to Keys. Short ball to G. Great tackle down low from Sutcliffe. On the last day for Halifax. It goes to Keys, and Keys puts it high. Yet again. No real pressure on Hall, but it's a good chase in a line from the Halifax defensive line. Great tackle from McComb. And here's Matangi. Faraimo, sorry. And wins the penalty for his side. This time Hall boosts the penalty into touch. Just past the halfway line. Sutcliffe taps and finds Boas, but there's no runners there for Boas, just takes it himself. Just surrenders into the tackle of Matty G and Brandon Douglas. And it comes up with an error there. Brad Epping, Widdop looking to take advantage. Widdop, bit of a slap pass to McCormack. He's great step, and McCormack's away. Oh, ankle tap. But he gets the ball back to Widdop, but the referee's ruled a knock on. Really unlucky there. A more experienced head might have held on, but if he felt the pass was on, you can't blame him for giving it. But great signs there that these Leeds youngsters are really going to add to our side. But after all said and done, Doncaster are going to have a scrum 5 metres shy of halfway. As Tarley hands it on to Boas, and Boas will take the tackle as Hugh Frey and Douglas just shy of the 40. Here's Heppy. Heppy, great tackle there from Douglas. Held out by Leroy. The Dons go right with Johnston, back on the inside, throws a dummy. But Johnston and Leroy are wise to it. Don't put him down to tackle where he stands. Here's Hall. Finds Paulie, steps back on the inside, Paulie, trying to get ahead of steam, but good tackle from Douglas, had to be. But it's a quick play of the ball. Here's Johnston. Flat ball to McConnell, and McConnell. Great defence there on the goal line from Halifax. Last tackle, Johnston grubbers it through into the in-goal area. Collected by Hugh Frey, but he's going to be trapped in goal. But Halifax won't mind that. First goal line drop out of the game, forced by Doncaster. But Halifax may well have some trust in their defence. Widdop, great goal line drop out. Goes past halfway, collected by Briscoe. There's a wall of blue and white in front of him, but still manages to make a few more extra yards than he thought. As Ruan makes a tackle, here's Heppy. Bounces off Lanham, but Johnston and Douglas stick to the task. Lovadua at dummy half, finds Boas, sits back on the inside, short ball to Matangi, still going with Sio Matangi. Widdop makes the last ditch tackle. Here's Boas, throws a dummy, shakes off a tackle of Keys, but Keys does well. Still tackles here for Doncaster on Halifax's line. Lovadua finds Matangi, on to Johnston, out of the back to Hall, finds Hay, 2-on-1, he goes on the outside to Briscoe steps back on the inside. Great last ditch defence there from McCormack, I think it was. Hall kicks across field, Saltonstall knocks on, and Doncaster are going to have another set of 6 here in the Halifax line. Oh no, the referee's giving it the other way. Well, from my viewpoint, I thought Saltonstall knocked on, but the referee's ruled the other way, to the delight of those Halifax fans in the south stand. Saltonstall takes a tackle of the Doncaster defence. Here's McComb. Steals a few extra metres. Here's Leroy. Runs towards that left channel, but it's met by Paulie. Just shy of 40. Here's Lannon. This Doncaster defence not moving up, they're standing there waiting for a lovely little ball from dummy half. Means Douglas can just trundle it over the 40. Last tackle here for Fax. They go blind yet again, and Keys runs with it. Finds Matty G. G steps back on the inside. Back on the inside to Keys. Keys grubbers it through, looking for Dufresne to chase, and Dufresne doesn't get to it, and Hall claims it. Again, lovely play on the last. Not just formulaic kicks on the last. Joe Keys playing with his head up. Great to see. Here's Matangi. Bumps off Keys, but can't escape Saltonstall, but Keys goes back for more. Quick play of the ball though. And here's Boas. Tackle once again by McComb. Good defence yet again. From the men in the middle, Leroy, Douglas and Lannon. Slowing to play the ball down. It's Hall. Straight down the throat of Pons. And Pons. Still going, Matthew Pons. Great run there. By the Frenchman. Here's Widdop. Hands on to Saltonstall. Saltonstall telling where he wants his runners. Makes the half break. And looking for a quick play of the ball. No 6 again, called by the referee as McComb jumps out from dummy half. Making decent yards. Past halfway. Johnson. Long ball to Keys. Keys, short ball to Leroy. Sets back off his left. Gets put down on the Doncaster 30. Johnson uses the blind side. Finds Jouffre. Short ball to Rouen. Doncaster fans going for a forward pass not given by the officials. Last tackle here for Fax. 15 metres out from the Doncaster line. It goes back on the blind side to Widdop. Widdop. Short ball to McCormack. Held on the power play, but it's not bad to see again. Heads up rugby league. Not just kicking for the sake of kicking it. And it's not a bad place to turn it over again, like I said before. 12-0 up. Don't need to force anything. Just keep winning the arm wrestle, keep winning the territory battle. It's a good offload there. And Holstock will buy a few extra metres for his side there. Here's Heppy. Steps with his left, but great tackle yet again from Johnson. And Douglas, we managed to get the offload out. And Boas buys a few more yards to Doncaster, put down by Leroy. Johnson in a dummy half, finds Hall. Onto Sutcliffe. Comes back on the inside. Wriggling in the tackle, but eventually put down by Keys and G. Tarley finds Hall. Onto Johnston, runs at the line, short ball to Holstock. Dealt with eventually by Rouen. And Leroy still tackles here for Doncaster. They go right. Johnston out the back. Here's Hay. Great tackle there by McCormack. Last tackle here for Doncaster. It goes to Johnston, and Johnston will dink the ball over. Collected by Matty G. And again, Halifax comfortably enough deal with that Doncaster attacking threat. Here's Douglas. Unorthodox defence there from Doncaster, but it works. Here's Saltonstall. Great yards there from Saltonstall. For a quick play of the ball. Keys, hands on to Leroy, and again, taking advantage of this Doncaster defence not rushing up. Keys, on to Lannon. Looked a little bit forward in that pass, but the referee and the two touchers just didn't give it. As Lannon takes Halifax past halfway. Last tackle here for the Panthers. They'll use the blind side as Jouffre measures that kick towards the corner. Grubber's on the floor. It's just going to be a bit too long and dead. It just bounced the wrong way. Unlucky that. But it resulted in a 7 tackle set here for Doncaster. And get brought down on their own 30. Here's Faraimo. Takes 3 Halifax players to stop his progress. G, Douglas and McComb. No matter what position he's playing in, McComb getting through plenty of work, but it's a good run from dummy half from Briscoe. Dealt with by Leroy and Douglas. And again, McComb goes in for more, and a bit too over-exuberant there. Silly penalty to give away from McComb. No need, the tackle had already been made. And that's what sometimes lets him down with Zach McComb. Just a bit too enthusiastic, a bit too passionate. And it's a silly penalty to give away. Just 3 minutes to go till half time. Gifting Doncaster territory into Halifax's danger area here. And Hall will kick the Dons into the Halifax 20. Now, what's Halifax's defence made of this time? Quick tap there by Tarley, and Tarley well dealt with there by Johnson. Here's Hall, on to Heppy, throws a dummy, but great shot there by Leroy, but Heppy rides it well. Douglas helps him out to stop his progress. Boas waits, hands on to Allstock, finds Johnston, Pauly on the angle. He's still going Pauly, great tackle down low. I think it was Lannon who made that tackle. Boas, the ball to Johnston, and Johnston drops it cold. It was a bullet pass from Watson Boas, but you'd expect Ben Johnston to keep hold of that ball. And Halifax are let off the hook yet again. But once more, the defence comfortable enough.
10 seconds, Andy.
2 minutes to go till half time. Halifax have the scrum on their own 10 metre line as Pons gets it from the scrum. Been impressed with his work rate so far. Pons certainly put his hand up for plenty of work. Here's Saltonstall, who you can never doubt his work rate. Here's Leroy. Great run there from Leroy, but good tackle there. Quick play the ball too. Johnson jumps out from dummy half, finds Widdop. Widdop, sure, that's a high tackle from Heppy. It is. Slightly unlucky there because Widdop was ducking down, but in 2024, any kind of contact with the head, he's given a penalty. Slight sympathy for Heppy, I must admit. Halifax have a chance. A minute to go till half time to put even more daylight between the two sides. McComb runs towards centre field. It's brought down by Boas. 25 metres from the line. Johnson shimmies from dummy half, and Douglas will take his tackle 15 metres out. Halifax stacking it to that left hand side. Johnson finds Keys, brings on Landon on the angle. Halifax creeping ever close to this Doncaster line. Johnson waits at dummy half, throws a dummy. Johnson, can he get over the line? He definitely deserves one for his efforts today, but he comes up with the error close to the line. That's unlucky. The first error he's made all game, Corey Johnson. And a superb first half. And with 10 seconds to go till half time, will we get this scrum even going?
Yes, everybody.
As the hooter goes. Well, the hooter nearly goes. And it's definitely half time. And what a first half it was. What a first half it was here at the Shay Stadium. The Joe Keys show. 2 tries from the captain. Put Halifax 12-0 up at half time. But Halifax's defence has been brilliant as well. And listen to the noise that greets these players. You've not heard this for a while at the Shay. And it's very well deserved. The brilliant first half performance from the men in blue and white. The score at half time, Halifax 12, Doncaster 0. Welcome back to the Shay for the second half of this round 9 Betfred Championship clash between the Halifax Panthers and Doncaster. And for the first time in a long time, I can say that we are winning at half time. 12-0, thanks to 2 classy Joe Keys tries. As the hooter actually works this time. 2 classy Joe Keys tries, both converted by Louis Jouffre. In truth, it could well have been more. Debutant Matthew Pons denied by a foot in touch and dropped balls at the crucial time, but it's just been a markedly better performance than we've seen in many, many weeks from the men in blue and white. Still a big second half to come. The job ain't done yet as Halifax attacking towards the south stand. Great kick-off there from Widdop, collected by Briscoe, and on to Heppy. Good shot there by Leroy. There's Briscoe. Well tackle there by McComb, who went through a ton of work in the first half. As Tarley takes the ball on. Hall drops the ball off to Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe runs across the line, thought about the pass, but he's still going, Alex Sutcliffe. Eventually dealt with by Jouffre, McCormack and Leroy. Johnston waits at dummy half, hands it on to Pauly. Good pressure there from Douglas and Ruan. And Pauly's just still walking forward, he's still not held yet. Finally giving Elders referee last tackle here for the Dons as Hall pulls it deep and long. Saltonstall waits, collects it easy enough. And then return the ball with interest. Quick play the ball to McCormack. Let's take his tackle. Here's McComb. Brought down by 3 Doncaster defenders, just over the 40. Johnson waits at dummy half. Nice little ball to Lannon, and Lannon will take Halifax past halfway. Great yard after contact there for Lannon. Quick play the ball to Johnson, runs out and dummy half again. Brilliant break up the middle. Johnson and Johnson winner. And what a try that is! A dream start to the second half for Halifax. And it's like deja vu. Corey Johnson shooting out from dummy half. But the move's finished off this time as Gareth Widdop, who's had a great game at fullback, supporting up the middle to score. And even at this early stage in the second half, is that the game-breaking try? What a move. Corey Johnson has been sensational at 9 for Halifax today. And like I say, Widdop, using all his experience that he's had throughout his career, played fullback in a World Cup final, for God's sake. Supporting up the middle to score, to put Halifax 16-0 up with a kick to come, a kick bang in front of the post for Louis Jouffre, which he converts. He's 3 from 3. And where has this been? Perfect start to the second half of Fax. And Halifax are 18-0 up after 3 minutes. Craig Hall gets us back underway. Collected easy enough by Jouffre, and Leroy head of steam from the back fence, but dealt with well enough by the Dons defence. Here's Douglas, who's made a great impact since coming off the bench as well. Brandon Douglas against his former club. Johnson goes blind to Matty G, and Matty G bounces off one. And Halifax are near halfway already. Johnson, long ball to Lannon. Lannon, footwork at the line. He gets put down. 5 metres over halfway. Slow play the ball. Pauly. Here's Leroy. Route 1 from Halifax so far this set after points. Not forcing anything. Last tackle here for Halifax. Keys goes high towards a corner. Saltonstall chasing. Collected by Matangi, but does well. By Faraimo, sorry. Well done by Faraimo. Maybe we need more than James Saltonstall chasing, but Halifax really putting pressure on this Doncaster defence, but too much pressure. The first penalty of the second half goes the way of the Dons, and that is not what you do after points. And Halifax pigging Doncaster piggybacking Doncaster. Upfield with that cheap penalty. And the pressure's relieved as the Dons to Jose Kenga. Go past halfway. Here's McConnell. Out the back to Johnston. Finds Paulie. Well dealt with there by Jouffre McCormack. And Paulie feeling the effect of that tackle. Here's Johnson, runs across field, short ball to Kenga, and Kenga put down by 3 fast men in the shape of Douglas, G and Leroy. 30 metres from the Halifax line. Boas goes left to Hall. One ball out to Jason Tarley, and it's a forward pass. As Doncaster wasting the opportunity from the penalty there. Giving Halifax the scrum. 25 metres out from their own line, centre field. Here's Saltonstall for the scrum. Running with intent. Quick play the ball too. John hands it on to McCormack. McCormack dealt with well by that Don's defence. I think he lost his footing a little bit, did McCormack. Here's Douglas. Runs centre field. Still making yards despite the attention of 3 Don's men there towards halfway. Johnson away to dummy half. Finds Keys. Short ball to G. And G makes the half break. Just about put down. Johnson on to Keys. Brings on Lannon. And Lannon will just settle Halifax down. 25 metres out for the Doncaster line. Last tackle here for the Panthers. It goes to Keys, and Keys will boot it high. Plenty of chasers there for Fax. It goes to Pons, and Pons. Oh, it's not Pons, it's Hall that's got the ball. No, sorry, it's Goosedeck who's got the ball. But again, great effort from the left wing, which we've not seen for a while. Chasing balls. It's another penalty given by the referee. Too much interference at that play of the ball. And with Goosedeck on the field, there's a bit of a shake-up in the Doncaster lineup. I think Craig Hall's got into the half-back position. Here finds Johnston, on to Heppy. Bounces off Leroy, but Douglas is there. Referee calls held. Use the blindside. Johnston takes it to the line. Brings on Hay on the angle, but good tackle there by Ruan. Here's Heppy again, thought about the pass, but just takes it up the middle. Breaks off a tackle of 1, but Leroy holds on. Here's Johnston again. Takes it to the line, throws a dummy. Tries to bounce off the tackle of Jouffre, but great tackle there by Widdop. Doncaster use the blind side again. Paulie going low. Great defence there yet again from Jouffre. Last tackle here for Doncaster. Boas this time going there. Brilliant defence there from McCormack. And sure, that's a second go. Here's Pons running out from backfield. McComb this time. As Doncaster finally putting pressure on this Halifax attack coming out of backfield. As Connor Davis comes onto the field, into the action. He's replaced Ryan Lannon. Johnson finds Douglas. Douglas trundles back up the middle. Last tackle here for Halifax. They've only made 20 metres or so. Johnson finds Widdop, and Widdop tries to put it deep as possible. The bounce is kind to Doncaster. And for Raimo. We'll start to set off for Doncaster on their own 40. Bit of a shifting, a territory battle here as Boas hands on to Goosedeck, and Goosedeck met by Douglas and Jouffre. Getting through plenty of defensive work is Jouffre. Here's Briscoe. Drops off Paulie, and Paulie tries to shake off Douglas, but Douglas does well. Eventually they'll stop his progress. Here's Hepe, finds Hall. Hall finds Guzdek. Doncaster got 3-on-2 here if they use it, but Halifax sliding defence does well. Tarley comes back on the angle and on to Kenga, and Kenga well dealt with there by Douglas, but quick play the ball. Loverduva. Great tackle there by Connor Davies. Had to be. Last tackle here for Doncaster. He goes to Hall, and Hall has time to pick his spot towards that corner, but he's too long. Is it? No, it's gone back. And again, Doncaster playing hot potato with the ball. Hall kicking towards the corner there. Surely they're all offside, and Pons collects well. And for some reason, the officials have ruled that Doncaster chasers weren't offside, but they're offside from the play of the ball there. He's gave the penalty a tackle too late, I feel there, but it's a penalty nevertheless. And the pressure's relieved. But again, Matthew Pons took the ball well under pressure. And Halifax will start the set on halfway, and McCormack taps and goes, runs towards centre field, looking for a gap in the Doncaster defence. And it's a high shot from Hepe. Like father, like son, Tyler Hepe, a bit of a hothead. And Halifax rather sensibly going for the 2 points. Pulls them 4 scores ahead. And Louis Jouffre, 42 metres out, just to the left of the posts. I say to take Halifax 4 scores up as Brandon Douglas makes way for Adam Tangata. Can Jouffre keep up his 100% record with the boot this afternoon? Jouffre certainly long enough. Is it straight enough? It is. The South Stand tells you. And Louis Jouffre is 4 from 4 for the afternoon. But more important, Halifax are now 4 scores ahead of the Dons. 20 points to 0.
Scored by number 6, sponsored by his Betfred, Louis Jouffre.
It's been a long time coming, this kind of performance, but it's great to see as Craig Hall lofts the kick-off. Collected well enough by McCormack. Perfectly timed tackle there by Boas. And here's Pons. Ever willing runner. Powerful runner as well. Here's Tangata. Bumps off on a tackle there. And Tangata, brilliant play. Bumps off Joe Loverduva like he wasn't there. Johnson shimmies right and goes left. Finds Ruan, and it was a forward pass. And Halifax getting a little bit too giddy there in their attack. Didn't need to force anything. And Doncaster have a chance here to strike back.
Seconds and
Doncaster go left for the scrum. Hall breaks that tackle of G, but Connor Davies and Leroy are waiting for him. Gets put down on the Halifax 40. Loverduva finds Kenga, and Kenga put down by 3 Halifax men in the shape of Davies, Johnson and Tangata. Here's Boas. Out the back to Guzdek, and Guzdek sets back on the inside. Broken field ahead of him, Josh Guzdek. Still going. Lots of runners there, but no obstruction there And Goosedeck will just take his tackle 15 metres out from the line, centre field. Lovadua, hands on to Heppy. Well dealt with by Tangata and Leroya. But he's still going. Heppy just about put down, just short of the line. Lovadua fires it to Boas. Brings on Paulie on the angle. They've tried this move a few times, but this Halifax defence have been wise to it every time. Last tackle here for the Dons. Here's Boas, short ball to Goosedeck, and Goosedeck can stop short of the line. Brilliant defence from McCormack and Ruan. Forced the error actually, but it's a handle whichever way you look at it.
And the substitution for the Panthers, number 13, Jacob Fairbank.
As Jacob Fairbank comes back onto the field for Kevin Leroya. As Pons goes forward, referee ruling that Brad Hayes challenged on the shoulder. Here's Saltonstall. Gets put down on his own 20. Johnson finds Fairbank, and Fairbank will make 10 easy metres for Halifax. Johnson waits at dummy half, finds Dufresne. Short ball to Ruan. Offload there to Widdop, and sure, that's a high tackle. Referee rules not, as Widdop brings on Connor Davis on the angle. Johnson hands on to Keys, brings on Tangata on the angle. He gets tackled just over halfway. Last tackle here for Fax. He goes to Keys, who has time to put his kick high up in the air. Too long for the chase, but it's a wall of blue and white in front of Beretta Faraimo. Takes 4 of them to put him down though, on his own 20. And Halifax have a kick defence without conceding a penalty here. Dufresne puts down Goosedeck. Quick play the ball as Briscoe goes from dummy half, makes the break. Luke Briscoe. Davies and Tangata get to grips with him, but it's a quick play the ball. Boas jumps out from dummy half, hands on to Hall, finds Heppy. Heppy bumps off one. And Matt G goes back for more, and Johnson does well. Here's Matangi. Gets put down by Connor Davies. Here's Lovadua. Finds Boas onto Hall. Grubbers it through to the corner, to in goal. Widdop collects and just runs it out. Safety first from the fullback. Again, Halifax don't need to force anything. They just need to see this game out. Coming up to the last quarter of this game, Halifax 20, Doncaster 0.
10 seconds, Andy.
And Widdop, again with a goal line dropout, another long one as well. Collected on the bounce by Sui Matangi. Runs straight at Jacob Fairbank, who does well. Lovadua fires it to Brad Knowles onto the field. Put down by Johnson, his ex-teammate Adam Tangata. Lovadua fires it to Hall, comes back towards the middle, comes back right, looking for a gap in the defence, finds Brad Hay, and Brad Hay hands it on to Hall. And Hall stopped just short of the line. Lovadua from dummy half, hands on to Knowles, and Knowles. Desperate Halifax defence. And it's a 6 again, the first 6 again in the game. It goes to Doncaster. And they've got men 3-on-2 if they want it, but Goosedeck put down by the Fax defence. Here's Matangi. Takes on Fairbank, and G gets put down. Still tackles in the bag here for Doncaster. Lovadua finds Hall, onto Boas, out of the back to Goosedeck, onto Hay. Hay takes on McCormack on the outside, but well tackle there, held out by Pons too. Boas onto Knowles. Knowles takes on Tangata and Fairbank. And gets put down just shy of that line. Still tackles here for Doncaster. Lovadua waits. Fires onto Heppy. Heppy Steps back on the inside, were well gripped there by Connor Davies and G. Brilliant defence, last tackle here for the Dons. Hall spills the ball, but he goes backwards. Sutcliffe runs across field, finds Boas, still the last. Kicks towards a corner. And the ball just goes dead, hits the corner flag. So it's going to be a 20-metre tap and a 7 tackle set. Brilliant defensive effort there from Halifax as Dufresne hands it on to Saltonstall. And Saltonstall makes 12 decent metres. Dufresne hands on to McComb, does well to keep hold. And surely that's a knock on. Poor error there, that from McComb. Loose carry, and Doncaster can put the pressure right back on. McCormack does well. Gets to grips to Briscoe. Boas finds Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe meets G in defence. Held out by Tangata. And McComb. Here's Hall, runs across field. Boas out the back. Further on the back to Guzdek, and here he steps back on the inside. Great tackle yet again from McCormack. Boas onto Knowles. Route 1 from Brad Knowles, but well dealt with by Fairbank and Johnson. Still tackles here for Doncaster inside Halifax's 10. Slow play the ball. Loverdoer finds Boas. Onto Hall. Hall throws a dummy, steps back on the inside. Hands it on to Sutcliffe, and it's a knock on there from Doncaster. And yet again, brilliant defensive pressure from this Halifax Panthers side. A sentence I've rarely been able to say this year, but it's great to see. Just coming up to the last quarter of an hour of this game, it's still Halifax 20, Doncaster 0. Like I said, Halifax just need to see this game out, nothing silly. As McCormack, great forward, there's away. Ned McCormack's got open field ahead of him. And Ned McCormack, go on. He goes past Briscoe, and Ned McCormack, what a try on debut for the 19-year-old Leeds dual registration player. Oh, what a try. And that is the game. What a try to win the game. Brilliant, brilliant rugby league. And could be victims of our own success. Leeds will want him back at this rate. Brilliant pick up. It's a try that he's deserved for all his efforts today. Got the ball straight from the scrum. Picked out the big man in Paulie. Used the footwork. Made the break. And managed to shake off the challenger Luke Briscoe to dive in under the posts. Brilliant, brilliant try. And a brilliant reception from Matthew Pons, who makes way, who's had another encouraging debut. He's replaced by Ben Hersey. And again, Louis Jouffre from banging front makes no mistake. And it's now Halifax 26, Doncaster 0. What a performance.
And we have a Panthers substitution 22, Ben Hersey replaces number 32, Matthew Pons.
Now will Doncaster go short from this kick-off? Or do they know that the game's gone? And again, we'll see a bit of a reshuffle with Hersey coming onto the pitch. I think he'll push McComb out to the wing and Hersey go into the centre as Hall dinks a short kick-off. Not back by Guzdek and claimed by Briscoe. Nice play there from Doncaster. As Paulie takes the ball, bumps off Tangata, but Johnson, who's been brilliant all game, holds on. Connor Davies down low too. Here's Heppy, short ball from the ruck, dealt with well by Hersey, Tangata and Johnson. And Connor Davies, my mistake. Here's Matangi. Direct running, but great tackle down low there by Fairbank. Quick play the ball as Lovadua goes from dummy half. Halifax will be desperate to keep a 0 against the Doncaster scoreboard. Matangi fields in at dummy half. Fires out to Hall. Hall kicks wide and it's far too long. Straight out on the full. Halifax will play the ball on their own 10. Salterstall, big contact there. I think from Lovadua. Certainly felt that, did Salterstall. I think he's got a bit of a crusher there. He's certainly not. You don't see that too often, Jay Salterstall. He's definitely felt the effects of that tackle. Meanwhile, Connor Davies carries on the play. Here's Fairbank, lovely footwork at the line, gets the offload to Johnson. Long ball out to G. G, can he get on the outside? Hall manages to keep hold of him. As Connor Davies carries the play on. And Salterstall makes his way off the field. There's certainly a lot of blood coming from his face. He's replaced by Lannon. Last tackle here for Fax. Dufresne pulls it high. Taken by Briscoe. Oh, that's a high tackle from Hersey. I don't think Salterstall will fail his HIA, but there's certainly a lot of claret that are coming off his face there. Let's hope he doesn't. We've already missing Woodburn all this week for HIA. And we're not bereft of wingers at the moment. Meanwhile, Hall boots Doncaster to halfway and he taps his own penalty. Hands on to Boas, hands on to Knowles. Big contact there by Fairbank and Tangata. Here's Heppy. Carries on for Doncaster. The referee stops the clock. I'm not too sure why. Is it a blood for Tyler Heppy maybe? Yeah, I think it is. Physio straight onto the field. Just gives both sides a bit of a breather. 12 minutes to go, 26 points to 0. So that's Panthers. Well, like I said before, know that the focus from the men in blue and white on the field, and no doubt that message from Liam Finn coming down, will be to keep Doncaster to 0. And what a performance. It is leading to another huge home game next Saturday night against Toulouse. And after battling beating Bradford earlier on today, it's a massive, massive win for all sorts of reasons for Halifax in terms of this Betfred Championship 2024 season. As play gets underway, as Paulie on the angle, yet again they'll keep running that play and Halifax have dealt with it every time. They'll play the ball 30 metres out. Here's Knowles, throws a dummy but hands on to Hall this time. Short ball onto Talia on the charge, but well dealt with by Keys and Johnson. Here's Hall, runs across the line, finds Boas. Boas steps back on the inside. All the players have overrun him, so he just takes his tackle. 10 metres out, last tackle here for the Dons. Lovadua waits, fires it to Hall. Hall, crossfield kick again. McComb waits underneath. Knock on, surely by the Doncaster man. And it hands on to Johnson, and Johnson runs out. He's had a terrific game as Johnson. Here's McComb. He'll take his tackle on his own 20. Keys fills in at dummy half. Hands on to Ruan. And Ruan will take his tackle just shy of 30. Keys finds Lannon, and Lannon. Good yards there. Keys in another dummy half here. For a moment, Tangata, out the back to Dufresne, further on to Widdop. Widdop thought about the pass, but steps back on the inside. With a broken field, he nearly finds it. Desperate defence there by Lovadua. Last tackle here for Fax. Johnson finds Dufresne, and Dufresne puts it high. Competition here. Briscoe takes, and McCormack. Yet again, brilliant in defence. Certainly a very tough decision for the man of the match today. Plenty of contenders. Meanwhile, Faraimo breaks on that left-hand side, but great tackle there by one of the contenders, Joe Keys. Here's Goosedeck. Takes on Connor Davies, but Davies does well. So I'm out of state, that's Fairbank. Here's Hall. Takes to the line. Finds Boas. Onto Paulie. Tries to go the inside. Throws Ruan off him. And Boas carries on, but well tackled there by Tangata. Here's Hall. Finds Hay. But great defence there from Dufresne. McCormack again. Last tackle here for Doncaster. Lovadua finds Hall. Hall. Crossfield kick yet again. Collected by Faraimo. And Faraimo has he got over. He's short and he's knocked on. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think Doncaster could play for 2 games here and not score. Watch them score this next set. But it's just looking like one of those games where it's just not happened for them. But give credit to Halifax's defence, they've just simply not let them. Here's McComb from the play of the ball. Put down by Boas. Here's G. Great yards there from Matty G. A quiet game by his standards, but not put a foot wrong. Here's Fairbank. Short ball to Tangata. As Connor Davies makes way for Kevin Leroy. Johnson. Nice little shimmy, use the blind side. Hersey will take Halifax past halfway. Johnson finds Keys. Keys runs across the line, finds Dufresne, bodies in motion here for Halifax. Dufresne runs through the gap. There's many support, goes inside to Leroy. Leroy, can he get over the line? Kevin Leroy! He's over! He's off the nudie run. His first try of the season. And Dufresne making the gap, making the break, looking for his compatriot, and Kevin Leroy. After the game, he'll say it was an 80-yard try, but he goes in for around 15-20 metres to score. And with 8 minutes to go, Halifax put a French cherry on the top of this cake with another brilliant score. Options left and right for Louis Dufresne, but he was looking for his fellow Frenchman, and Leroy, still life in those old legs yet, managed to get over the line. As Dufresne has had a relatively academic day with a boot. His teammates have made it easy for him today. He's 6 from 6 from the boot, and Halifax A 32-0 up. What a performance, what a turnaround.
And the conversion there, once again, number 6, sponsored by Stage Louis Dupre.
A brilliant response from the men in blue and white. And no doubt Doncaster will go short from this kickoff again. I don't think he's gone 10. But Hurst is collected. Why is he not letting play on go on there? Well, the referee is giving a penalty there for the ball not going 10. Well, Doncaster have another penalty. I'm not too sure why. Oh, it's caught on the full. As I say, usually the ball goes more than 10 yards. Clueless commentator here. Anyway, he goes to Watson Boas. On to Hall. Goosedeck, long ball out. And then will Doncaster get over? They will. And that is the disappointment of the day. Halifax really do deserve to keep Doncaster to 0, but Beretta Faraimo kicks over for the Dons for a consolation score 5 minutes before time. And that penalty from the short kick-off is costly. It's still a win for Halifax, but the gloss taken off slightly by Doncaster breaching that defence. And Craig Hall looking to turn the 4 into 6 from wide out. He's pulled it to the left of the posts. So the score remains Halifax 32, Doncaster 4. And Halifax kicking off for the first time in a long time. Widdop. Just the kick collected by Hall. Long ball from Hall onto Goosedeck. Onto Matangi. Doncaster looking to finish with a flourish here. He's put down by Hersey, Ruan and Leroya. Here's Brad Knowles. Good yards there for Knowles, but put down by Fairbank. Lovadua finds Hall. Hall checks back on the inside and gets the offload to Boas, onto Pauly. Nice little offload onto Briscoe. Little room to move, but McCormack does well. Still the offload comes, and Boas gets it on there. And Hall, sure, that's gone forward from the offload. Officials rule differently. Lovadua jumps out from dummy half. Long ball out, and sure, that's a knock on, and Keys hands it on. The referee's ruling it's a late shot on the Doncaster player after the pass. As Joe Keys gets announced as the sponsor's man of the match, it's hard to argue with it, but personally I think Corey Johnson's had an outstanding game. Here's Hall. Finds Boas. Out the back to Goosedeck. Goosedeck looks to break out challenge to Dufresne. Goosedeck going over the line. Can he get the ball down though? Brilliant last-ditch defence for Halifax. Can he get him out into touch? It's held up. Goosedeck did really well to stay in the field, the player there. Just under 3 minutes to go, and Doncaster looking to put more points on the scoreboard. Here's Paulie. Takes 4 Halifax men to stop his progress. Gets put down just shy of the line. 6 again, ruled by the referee. Here's McConnell. 2 6 again this game, both gone the way of the Dons. Loverdoer finds Boas from dummy half onto Paulie. Gets the offload away to Hay. Hay finds Briscoe out wide. Powers over the line. Luke Briscoe and Doncaster are in for the second. 2 tries in 2 minutes here for the Dons. Puts a bit more respectability on the scoreline. Credit to Doncaster, they've not given up, they've thrown the ball about. I'm being rewarded with a couple of late tries, but I think Liam Finn will be slightly disappointed with letting in those 2 tries. And it's my fault. Commentator's curse said that Doncaster won't score in these 2 games, so blame me. But the most important thing is the scoreboard. Halifax are going to win this game. And Craig Hall hits the post, unlucky attempt from the touchline. And like I say, the most important thing is the scoreboard. Not what this commentator says. It's Halifax 32, Doncaster 8. And 2 points on the Betfred Championship League table, going to the men in blue and white. As Ned McCormack getting a fantastic ovation from the crowd. A brilliant performance. Joe Keys got the man of the match, but he was certainly right up there in the reckoning. As Widdop with another kick-off collected by Hall, and Hall chipping over the top. Looking to play, Widdop collects from fullback. Now is there a chance for Widdop to break through? Broken field ahead of him. decides against it and asks someone else to get the ball off him. I think he's feeling his 34-year-old legs. Gareth Widdop. Johnson finds Keys. Brings on Leroy on the angle. Dealt with well enough by McConnell and Knowles. Can Halifax find one more score before the end? Just over 30 seconds to go. Here's Tangata. Throws a dummy. Put down by Matangi. 2, maybe 3 tackles left in this game. Here's Keys. Short ball to Leroy. Good footwork at the line from Leroy. The ball's come loose. And it's a penalty to Halifax, and will just go for 2. Well, let's go for 2, just settle this game off. Get Louis Jouffre 2 more points on the competition table. And to put, like I said, a French cherry on top of this cake. A brilliant, brilliant performance from this Halifax side. Had to be with the results that have gone on in the Betfred Championship today. Regardless of that, Halifax came out like a bullet in a gun. Joe Keys, 2 first half tries, but Halifax 12 up at half time. Then they cut loose in the second half. Gareth Widdop, Ned McCormack and Kevin Leroy. And now Louis Jouffre's 7th goal means that Halifax have won the 3rd game of the season in this round 9 clash. And is there a bit more belief in this Shay Stadium now, both on and off the field? A brilliant, brilliant Halifax performance. Doncaster played their part. 2 tries in the last 5 minutes to give them respectability, but the day belongs to Halifax. The final score at the Shay in this Betfred Championship round 9 clash. Halifax Panthers 34, Doncaster 8.